The Civil Rights Movement begins. Lesson 7.1. Although women were barred from many unions, they united behind powerful leaders to demand better working conditions, equal pay for equal work, and an end to child labor. The most prominent leader in the women's labor movement was Mother Jones. Please review the information that we had seen about her to find out what she was fighting for in this movement. If a woman wanted to go to college in the 1920s, she probably would have gone to one of the handful of colleges in the northeastern United States that served only women. Coeducational colleges didn't come into fashion until the 1940s. Several of these colleges remain women-only to this day, including Bryn Mawr, Smith, and Vassar College. Suffrage means the right to vote. Women had been rallying, lobbying, picketing, protesting, and formally requesting the right to vote since 1848. It wasn't until 1920 that the 19th Amendment was passed, awarding the women the right to vote. The text of the 19th Amendment reads, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation." This amendment was ratified on August 26, 1920. The National American Women's Suffrage Association was founded in 1869 by Elizabeth Cady Stanton. It was the parent organization of many local and state-level associations, and millions of women belonged to this association. NACW stands for the National Association of Colored Women. NACW was formed in 1896 to, quote, "furnish evidence of the moral, mental, and material progress made by people of color through the efforts of our women." They took up the banner of suffragists and of anti-racist sentiment. Booker T. Washington was born in 1856 in the Deep South. He had the advantage of a solid education and dedicated his life to passing that advantage on to others throughout the country. He was the founder of the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. He and his faculty and students literally built the school from the ground up. Its purpose was to train teachers who would educate black children throughout the country. In the late 1890s, Washington delivered a speech entitled The Atlanta Compromise. In this speech, he expressed his hope that we would come together as a country, that races could maintain their pride and identity while working together as a single hand for the good of all. W.E.B. Du Bois was perhaps the most celebrated civil rights activist of the early 20th century. He was very well educated. David Levering Lewis, a biographer, wrote, "In the course of his long, turbulent career, W.E.B. Du Bois attempted virtually every possible solution to the problem of 20th century racism, including scholarship, propaganda, integration, national self-determination, human rights, cultural and economic separatism, politics, international communism, expatriation, and third world solidarity."